Michigan Supreme Court declines to hear James and Jennifer Crumbley's case. The Michigan Supreme Court made history Friday by allowing unprecedented criminal charges against James and Jennifer Crumbley, parents of the Oxford school shooter, who now face trial for their alleged roles in the deaths of 4 students killed by their son in 2021. The Crumbleys are first parents America be charged in a mass school. Prosecutors are trying hold them criminally responsible for buying gun their son used and never mentioning gun school when they were summoned school. His disturbing behavior. Parents facing manslaughter charges have been fighting for 2 years to have the charges dropped. Their final appeal was filed with the Michigan Supreme Court, which chose not to hear their case 7 months after the request was received. In a 1-paragraph decision issued early Friday morning, the state's highest court wrote, "is denied because we are not persuaded that the issue should be reviewed by this court." The Crumbleys, who have been imprisoned for almost 2 years, could still reach a deal in the case to avoid trial and plead guilty exchange for potential leniency. However, prosecution will have to accept such an agreement and the final say will belong to judge. Since there is a gag order that prohibits both defense and the prosecution from speaking publicly about this case, neither side is able to comment on final verdict. The Michigan Supreme Court's decision came just days after an Oakland County judge concluded that the couple's son, Ethan Crumbley, could face life in prison without parole for the crimes he committed when he was sentenced in December. The Crumbleys have long maintained that they hid the gun properly and had no idea their son would commit a mass. But prosecution, which acknowledged from the outset that this was a difficult case, claimed Crumbleys were irresponsible parents who ignored a mentally ill child and bought him gun instead of getting help. In months before, boy had told his mother and a friend that he was hearing voices and seeing demons in house. Judge Oxford school shooter Ethan Crumbley's crimes warrant life sentence without parole. Prosecutors also argued that Crumbleys, more than anyone else, could have prevented the attack if had notified school officials that they had bought their son a gun. Morning was summoned to school for disruptive behavior. The morning before, Ethan Crumbley had drawn a gun and a bleeding human body on his math worksheet, along with the words "the thoughts won't stop. Help me." The Crumbleys returned to work after the school assembly and promised to get him help, but never revealed that they had bought him a gun. 2 hours later, Ethan Crumbley emerged from the bathroom and opened fire in the hallways, killing 4 students and wounding 7 others, including a teacher. Although shooter was person who entered high school and pulled trigger, there were other individuals who contributed to events of